My first job was to man the M60 machine gun on our three-man Jeep. The crew consisted of a driver, a squad leader or sergeant, and a machine gunner. Soon I was assigned to be a Jeep driver. And of course I mentioned that I had never driven a stick before. Didn't know how to drive a stick. So what they said was drive it. So my job involved the maintenance, first echelon maintenance of the Jeep, the normal things, the oil changes, keeping it clean, that kind of thing. As we settled into our routine, Jim Childs became my machine gunner most of the time. Now, as far as I can remember, our platoon consisted of 2 Jeeps and 1 Jeep carrying a recoilless rifle. This was our recoilless rifle crew getting in some practice. Up next is a video I found online that shows a recon squad firing a 106 recoilless rifle. I want to take a little break at this point and put some names with the pictures of the guys that were in my platoon, as many of them as I can. Unfortunately, I didn't write down all the names I should have. I thought I knew them so well that I would never forget their names. Well, I have. But I have quite a few that have names. I want to put them in the video right about in here. I want to put names with as many pictures as I can. When we were doing some type of training that did not require the Jeeps, we would ride out to the field in deuce and halves. And we always had to have an air guard, so they would peel back a portion of the canvas right where the arrow is here, and a soldier would ride sticking up through that hole. Well, one day Al Whidden got air guard duty. While we were riding down a dirt road, the driver hit a huge rut, flipped old Al right out of the truck and broke his leg. It got Al out of guard duty and a few other things, so he didn't mind that much. And of course we had our own slang. A lifer was anybody that had more than 6 months left to serve in Korea. If you were a short timer, it meant that maybe you had only 2 months left to serve. The hooch was a barracks. How long have you been in the war meant how long have you been in the army. A slicky boy was a Korean thief. The world was back home. The ville was Toko-Ri, the village outside our camp gate. I never saw any bridges at Toko-Ri or anywhere to put a bridge. Every Saturday morning, we would have a full field inspection. That meant in ranks with weapons and in our hooch with all of our field gear laid out. By the way, in boot camp, we only ever had one full field inspection, Korea every Saturday. After inspection, we would have the rest of Saturday and Sunday off. Unless we had the dreaded guard duty. We spent at least 75% of our time on guard duty. If we weren't not in the field, training, or on an alert, we were on guard duty. The only way to get out of guard duty was to be designated numero uno. That meant you had to be the sharpest looking guard at inspection and know your 11 general orders by heart, backwards and forwards. When the alert siren went off, it meant no matter where you are, except for guard duty, head back to your company, pack your field gear, and move out when ordered to. Of course, we never knew the reason for an alert. Maybe the chairman of North Korea, Kim Il-sung, said something provocative, but we never knew. We just did whatever the orders said to do. But there was one alert that was more serious, and we did know what that one was about. In the Gulf of Tonkin, North Vietnamese torpedo boats supposedly attacked the USS Maddox. They landed helicopters on our football field, and we all thought we were headed for Vietnam. Fortunately, the only thing that happened was that we got more guard duty to guard the helicopters. Soon ice began to form in the creek behind our hooch where we washed our Jeeps. Thanksgiving came, and then Christmas. The Korean winter had arrived. Field training exercises required full winter clothing. I'm going to end part 2 right here. There's a link in the video to part 1 as well as in the description down below. Now, if you or anyone you know served in Korea in 1964 or 1965, especially at Camp Hovey, please let them know about the video, and if you're watching and you're one, please leave a comment. I would appreciate it. I'm going to put my email address also down in the description. Also, please watch for part 3, where I'll be talking about training exercises, playing war, and finding out that war is not a game.